You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. These are your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Thursday, July the 30th, 2020. The Yankees and Red Sox played each other in an AL East matchup, and the Yankees won this game by an 8-2 final score. James Paxton got the win, and Hector Velasquez got the loss. AL Central Baseball played between the White Sox and the Indians, and this game was close through most of it. Then the White Sox broke out with a 3-run top of the ninth inning. They took a 3-run lead, and they ended up winning. Dane Dunning got the win, Adam Simber got the loss, and Alex Colome now has 29 saves on the season. Another AL Central Baseball game was played. This was between the Royals and the Tigers. The Tigers won this game 12-7. The Tigers started scoring early. They got 3 in the bottom of the first inning, 2 in the bottom of the third. Each team scored 4 in the fourth inning, but that became moot for the Royals because the Tigers still had a 5-run lead because they scored in the first 3 innings. Each team scored toward later parts of this game, but the Tigers ultimately won by 5. Michael Fulmer got the win, and Mike Montgomery got the loss. The Reds and Braves played each other. 2-0 was the final score of this game. It went scoreless through the majority, but then the Braves scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Reds could not score in the top of the 9th, and they ended up losing this one. Darren O'Day got the win, Robert Stevenson got the loss, and Will Smith now up to 34 saves on the season. AL West Baseball played between the Rangers and the Athletics, and the A's won this game 3-2 in 11 innings. Joakim Soria got the win, and Austin Bryce got the loss. Another AL West game played, this one between the Mariners and the Angels, and the Mariners won this game by a significant amount of runs. 7-2 was the final score. Taijuan Walker got the win, and Julio Teheran got the loss. NL East baseball played between the Marlins and the Mets, and the Mets got shut out in this game. The Marlins scored 2 late, allowing them to win. It was a well-pitched matchup all the way up until that 8th inning when the Marlins broke the scoreless tie. Neither team scored in the 9th inning, allowing the Marlins to win. Sandy Alcantara got the win, Marcus Stroman got the loss, and Brandon Kinsler now at 29 saves on the season. The Cardinals and Brewers played each other. 11-4 was the final score of this game. The Cardinals ended up winning. Each team scored 2 runs in the first inning. The Brewers also took the lead in the third inning. It was 3-2 until the Cardinals tied the game in the fourth at 3. Each team scored later on in the game, but the Cardinals scored more rapidly. They got 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and 4 in the 9th inning, allowing them to win by 7. Adam Wainwright got the win, and Corbin Burns got the loss. NL West baseball played this game between the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks won this game. 10-8 was the final score. Scoring was scarce early on. The Dodgers broke through with a 1-run first and a 1-run second inning. Then the Dodgers were scoring toward the later part of the game until the Diamondbacks broke out late. They got 3 in the 7th and 7 in the 8th inning to take a 2-run lead. The Dodgers could not respond at the top of the 9th, and they ended up losing. Severino Bracho got the win, Pedro Baez got the loss, and Archie Bradley now has 20 saves on the season. The Giants beat the Cubs by a run. 3-2 is the final score of this game. Neither team scored more than 1 run in any given inning, and it was close up at the end there. The Cubs had tied the game at 2 in the top of the 9th inning, but then the Giants walked it off in the bottom of the 9th inning to secure the win. Tony Watson blew the save, but he got the win in this one out of the bullpen, and Kyle Ryan got his 6th loss. The Phillies beat the Padres 6-2, the final score of this game. Each team scored in pairs, though the Phillies had 3 pairs as compared to the Padres 1. The Phillies ended up winning this game by 4. They also got 7 hits as compared to the Padres' 4 hits, and each team committed 1 error. Vince Velasquez got the win, Dinelson Lamet got the loss, and Hector Neris now has 26 saves on the year. Let's take a look at standings now, starting in the American League East. The New York Yankees lead, they're 66-42. The Blue Jays still in second and still a significant amount of games back. They're 6.5 back, they're 60-49. The Red Sox 55-54, they're 11.5 games back. The Rays in 4th place, they're 53-55, 13 games back. And the Orioles still in last. They've lost 8 of their last 10 games. They're 42-67, 24.5 games back of the Yankees. In the American League Central, the Minnesota Twins still have the best record in baseball, and they're atop this division. 75-35 is their overall record. The White Sox in second, they're 63-46, 11.5 games back. The Indians are 60-49, they're 14.5 games back. The Tigers 47-63, 28 games back. And the Royals are in the middle of a 5-game losing streak. They're 35-74, 39.5 games back of the Twins for first place. In the American League West, the Oakland Athletics lead. They're 66-43. They've also won their last 2 games. The Astros are 63-45, still in second, 2.5 games back. The Angels are in third with a 48-62 overall record. They're 18.5 games back, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. The Rangers and the Mariners are tied for 4th place. Both teams have 45-65 records, and they're each 21.5 games back of first. Here are the wildcard standings in the American League. Right now, the Astros have the top spot by a half game. They're 63-45. The White Sox have the second spot. They're 63-46. Then you have the Blue Jays and Indians, who are each tied with 60-49 records. Both of these teams 3 games back of that second wildcard spot. The Red Sox still lingering, but they moved a game back because they lost today to the Yankees. They're 55-54 now and 8 games back of the White Sox. Every other team in the American League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 9.5 games back of that second wildcard spot. In the National League East, the Washington Nationals still lead. They're 63-47. They've also won their last 4 games. The Marlins are 59-51. They're 4 games back of the division lead. The Braves 58-51, a half game back of second, and 4.5 games back of first. The Phillies are 54-56. They're 9 games back. They've also won their last 4 games, and they're working their way back up to getting back in contention and having a winning percentage over 500. And the Mets are still in last place. They're 49-59, 13 games back of the Nationals. In the National League Central, the St. Louis Cardinals lead with a 63-48 record. They've also won their last 4 games. The Cubs falling further back. They're 57-52. They lost to the Giants today, and they're 5 games back of the Cardinals. The Brewers are 49-59, 12.5 games back of first. They've also lost their last 4 games. The Reds are 46-63. They're 16 games back. And the Pirates are 41-67, 20.5 games back of first place. The Pirates are still in last. And in the National League West, the Los Angeles Dodgers still have the second best record in all of baseball, and they still lead this division. The Diamondbacks are 58-51. They beat the Dodgers today. They're 14.5 games back of first now. The Padres in third. They're 58-52, 15 games back. The Rockies have lost their last 3 games. Also, they've lost 8 of their last 10. They're 44-65, 28.5 games back. And the Giants are in last. They beat the Cubs today, though. They're 43-66, 29.5 games back of first, and they're also 1 game back of the Rockies for 4th place. And here are the wildcard standings in the National League. The Marlins have the top spot. They're 59-51. They're trailed a half game by the Braves and the Diamondbacks, who each have 58-51 records. The Padres still close. They're 58-52, a half game back. The Cubs also in contention. 57-52 is their record. They're a game back of that second wildcard spot. Every other team in the National League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 4.5 games back of one of those wildcard spots. Let's take a look at league leaders now, starting with batting average leaders in the American League. Miguel Cabrera still has the highest average. He's at 351. JD Martinez second highest at a 335, and Xander Bogaerts rounds out the top 3 with a 331. In the National League, Christian Yelich leads with a 348. Nolan Arenado 2 points behind him at a 346. And Ronald Acuna Jr. third best at a 343. Hits leaders in the American League, Miguel Cabrera has the most at 149. JD Martinez second most at 146. And Miguel Andujar third most at 145. In the National League, Jonathan Villar has the most with 157. Marcus Semien second most with 140. Ronald Acuna Jr. and Nolan Arenado tied with the third most at 139. At bat leaders in the American League, Jose Abreu has the most with 447. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 459. Doubles leaders in the American League, Anthony Rendon still at the top. He has 39. 3 behind him, Jose Abreu, who has 36. Whit Merrifield and Miguel Andujar tied with the third most. They reach at 31. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 48. Christian Yelich 13 behind him with 35. Trey Turner and Juan Soto tied with the third most, and they're both at 31. Triples leaders in the American League, Adalberto Mondesi up to 8 triples now. Jose Altuve and Adam Eaton tied with the second most. They're both at 6. In the National League, Jonathan Villar is still leading. He has 13 triples. Hunter Pence and Victor Robles now have some company. Andrew McCutchen has reached 7 triples on the season. All 3 of those players are tied for second best. Home run leaders in the American League, Justin Upton still the leader with 36. Chris Davis 4 behind him with 32. JD Martinez and Gleyber Torres each tied for third best with 31. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt leads along with Ronald Acuna Jr. They're both at 38. And Pete Alonso still at 30. He's third on this leaderboard. RBI leaders in the American League, Chris Davis and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. have the lead. They're at 92. Mitch Moreland is third best with 85. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt 1 away from 100. He's at 99. Freddie Freeman has the second most RBIs in this league. He's at 82. Ronald Acuna Jr., Manny Machado, and Eugenio Suarez are each tied with the third most. They're all at 81. Run scored leaders in the American League, JD Martinez has the most with 84, and in the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has the most with 90. Stolen base leaders in the American League, Malik Smith and Adalberto Mondesi each have 25, and D. Gordon is third best on this leaderboard with 21. In the National League, Starling Marte has the most with 37, trailed by Trey Turner, who has 35, two behind Marte, and Jonathan Villar rounds out the top three with 30. Walks leaders in the American League, Rhys Hoskins the leader with 68, and in the National League, Mookie Betts the leader with 74. On-base percentage leaders in the American League, Miguel Cabrera has the highest at a 424, Josh Bell second highest at a 409, and Chris Davis third highest at a 407. In the National League, Christian Yelich the leader with a 447 OBP, Paul Goldschmidt second highest at a 441, and Ronald Acuna Jr. rounds out the top three with a 426. Slugging percentage leaders in the American League, JD Martinez the leader with a 619, Josh Bell is a 618, and Max Kepler's at a 613. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has a 723, the only player right now in baseball with an over 700 slugging percentage. Paul Goldschmidt second highest at a 697, and Christian Yelich third highest at a 680. On-base percentage plus slugging percentage leaders in the American League, there are four players in the AL over 1,000. Josh Bell at a 1.027, JD Martinez at a 1.025, Chris Davis at a 1.019, and Josh Donaldson at a 1.011. In the National League, there are also four players with an OPS over 1,000. Ronald Acuna Jr. is at a 1.149, Paul Goldschmidt's at a 1.138, Christian Yelich is at a 1.127, and Nolan Arenado is at a 1.013. Moving on to pitcher leaderboards, starting with wins leaders in the American League, Kenta Maeda, Lucas Giolito, Jake Odorizzi, Jordan Montgomery, and Hyunjin Ryu all have 12 wins. They all lead the AL. And in the National League, Walker Buehler has Major League Baseball's best, 14 wins. Steven Strasburg trails him by 1 with 13, and Madison Bumgarner third best with 11. Losses leaders in the American League, Kenta Maeda has the least amount among pitchers that qualify. He has 1. And in the National League, Walker Buehler has the least amount among pitchers that qualify. He has 2. Saves leaders in the American League, Roberto Ozuna, Liam Hendricks, and Brad Hand all have 35 saves. They're all tied for the top spot. In the National League, Craig Kimbrell leads with 38. Giovanni Gallegos and Kenley Jansen are each tied with the second most. They're both at 36. ERA leaders in the American League, Kenta Maeda has the lowest at a 2.37, Jake Odorizzi has a 2.45, and Daniel Norris third on this leaderboard with a 2.71. And in the National League, Walker Buehler has the lowest at a 2.14, Marcus Stroman second lowest at a 2.20, and Steven Strasburg third lowest at a 2.47. Home runs allowed among American League pitchers, Kenta Maeda has allowed the least amount with 9, and in the National League, Carlos Martinez has allowed the least amount with 8. Shutout leaders in the American League, Masahiro Tanaka has 4, Garrett Cole has 3, and Jake Odorizzi has 2. In the National League, Jacob deGrom has 5, Zach Wheeler second most with 3, Aaron Nola, Sandy Alcantara, Merrill Kelly, Walker Buehler, and Clayton Kershaw all tied with the third most shutouts in the National League with 2. Strikeout leaders in the American League, Garrett Cole has the most with 179, 11 behind him, Lucas Giolito with 168, and Jake Odorizzi rounds out the top 3 with 162. In the National League, Steven Strasburg leads with 180, Yu Darvish has the second most, along with Aaron Nola. They're both at 162. Complete games thrown among American League pitchers, Masahiro Tanaka has thrown 4, Garrett Cole's thrown 3, Aaron Savali and Jake Odorizzi each have 2. In the National League, Jacob deGrom leads with 5, Zach Wheeler 1 behind him with 4, and Aaron Nola third best on this leaderboard with 3. Innings pitched leaders in the American League, Hyunjin Ryu has the most with 156 even. In the National League, Steven Strasburg leads by a third of an inning. He has 153 and a third innings on the mound this year. Walks allowed among American League pitchers, Daniel Norris, Yusei Kikuchi, Zach Greinke, Jose Urquidy, Jordan Zimmerman, and Carlos Carrasco all tied, allowing the least amount of walks among pitchers that qualify. They all have allowed 30. In the National League, Brett Anderson has allowed the least amount. He is at 27. Whip leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi has the lowest at a 107, Hyunjin Ryu second lowest at a 108, and Sean Manaea third lowest at a 109. In the National League, Marcus Stroman has the lowest at a 107, Jacob deGrom also at a 107, but slightly higher than Stroman's, and Steven Strasburg third lowest at a 108. Pitching war leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi has a 4.1, Masahiro Tanaka is at a 3.5, and Shane Bieber is at a 3.4. In the National League, Aaron Nola leads with a 3.8, Jacob deGrom slightly lower than Nola's. He's also at a 3.8 though, and Walker Buehler rounds off the top three with a 3.6. Batting war leaders in the American League, DJ LeMahieu has the highest with a 6.4, Yohan Moncada at a 6.3, and Yasmani Grandal is at a 5.9. And in the National League, Christian Yelich has a 7.1, Marcus Semien at a 6.9, and Jonathan VR rounds off the top three with a 6.8. These have been your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Thursday, July the 30th, 2020. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's Virtual Network.